How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Countdown video. We only have 47 days left until the game's release on December 7th, and today we'll be talking about another supposed leak. As always, and I cannot stress this enough, we have no idea if this leak is true or not, so make sure you take it with a grain of salt and realize that I'm talking about it just for fun. If you'd like to read along while I talk, you find a link to the original post in the description bar down below, and now with all that out of the way, I have to tell you guys where this leak came from. So the leak that we are going to be taking a look at today comes from 4chan, and it is a text post leak. However, this leak is extremely interesting because there is a website that actually talks about this same thing and might actually claim this leak as true. So if you want to leave the video, go ahead and do so now, and now with all that out of the way, let's jump right into the newest leak. So today's leak is titled Smash Ultimate Full Roster Revealed at Nintendo Live ? And it is posted by Anonymous. It starts by saying, "This post has been translated from a Japanese forum for Smash I often frequent. This leak is not mine, and I have no idea who wrote it. Using Google Translate, I translated what he said and fixed up some of the grammatical and spelling stuff, so here you go. Hello. I will not give away my real name or any of the work I am currently doing for fear of getting in trouble, but I will tell you some interesting things that will be happening very soon. First of all, everything is going to be revealed before November 23rd, 2018. This is because between November 23rd and 24th, there will be an event called Nintendo Live. Nintendo Live is an event that will be showing off multiple different games such as Pokemon Let's Go, ARMS, and of course Smash Brothers. There will be tournaments for the games there, and this is where things get interesting. The final build of Smash Bros. Ultimate will be used for the tournament instead of just one of the demo games. This is because this is a very big stage, and since there will only be one more Smash Direct before the game's release sometime in November, we want to show off the new characters. Speaking of the new characters, I bet you would like to know who they are. Well, here you go. And now we move on to the new characters. The first character on the list is Zeno. Zeno was lucky to get in. This is because he was actually in competition with Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Originally, Sora was planned, but because of how well Zeno did on the Smash ballot, Sora was decided to be kept for DLC. After Zeno, we have Geolite. This one is very interesting because there have been a couple of pictures that were leaked from the office a while back. Because we did not want people to believe they were real, we ended up releasing fake pictures to try and get people to believe they were fake. As of now, we have heard that no one believes they are real. After Geolite, we have Incineroar. Incineroar makes it in because Decidueye was put into Pokkén Tournament. Originally, Decidueye was supposed to be in Smash so that we would have one of each of the final evolved starter types, but Pokemon wanted to use him in Pokkén, and since we thought he wouldn't have as much of an impact being in both games, Incineroar was chosen in his place. After that, we move on to the supposed Echo Fighters. To keep Ryu in the game, Capcom asked Ken be put in as well. However, since Ken is such a big name as well, and was easy to develop, he was put in. And finally, we have Shadow. Originally, Tails was supposed to be the second Sonic rep, but another Echo Fighter was much easier to develop than another new character. After that, we move on to the stages. There is a total of 108. There will be one called History, which is a stage that has a background that transforms to the style and music of that game. Example, Smash 64. It's pretty similar to the Mario Maker stage. Then we move on to DLC. As of now, there are 3 characters that will 100% be DLC. First of all, we have Sora. As I stated above, originally Sora was going to be in the game on the base roster, but Zeno took his spot. Sora will be released about a week before the new Kingdom Hearts game to generate interest in both Smash and Kingdom Hearts. Then we move on to Rayman. He was a character that was not originally planned to be in the game. He didn't do phenomenal on the ballot, and one of the reasons he is getting in is because of how much work Ubisoft is doing for Nintendo, and because of how badly they want a character to represent their company. And finally, we have Bandana D. Sadly, Bandana D was also not considered for the base roster. As you guys know, Sakurai is a very humble man, and he did not want to overrepresent his own games. However, after a large push from fans and higher-ups, Sakurai decided to give him a chance. Then we move on to a brand new story mode. Apparently, it's called Worlds Collide. It leans more towards melee adventure than it does Brawl Subspace, but it is a decently long story mode with a few cutscenes at the beginning and end. There will be DLC for the story, making it longer. Then we move on to a demo. Right after Nintendo Live is done, they will announce a demo. Similar to the 3DS, you can play as 5 characters: Mario, Mega Man, Link, Ridley, and Inkling. That's all I have for now. If I figure out the date of the Direct, I will tell you. So what do you guys think? Is this legit? So now that we've gone over the entire leak, let's move over to the website that has a little bit more information. So the next thing I wanted to take a look at comes from a website called alexpo.com, and it's talking about the event Nintendo Live. So this post starts by saying, there's some exciting Smash Bros. Ultimate news on the horizon. The game will be played at the official Nintendo Live 2018 event in Japan. According to recent rumors, the event may use the release build of Smash Bros. Ultimate as opposed to the demo. One possibly hyped thing spreading in Japan is that they may demonstrate non-demo build in Nintendo Live 2018. We will have access to both Ultimate and Pokemon, but only Pokemon is described as a demo on the official page. Smash Bros. Researchers Meshima broke the news on Twitter. While it isn't necessarily confirmation, it's a very interesting possibility. Releasing the final build a month before the release would help Nintendo prevent more leaks, which have already been out in full force, and it'd also make Nintendo Live extra exciting for fans. Nintendo Live 2018 New Smash Bros. Ultimate News. If Nintendo does indeed use the non-demo build of Smash Ultimate, we'll be getting all kinds of exciting Smash Bros. Ultimate news. Non-demo meaning the release build or an updated version of the E3 build. Will be release build if it's true. Ultimate isn't described as trial version on the official page. Many characters have been predicted for the game, with some of the most popular theories including Incineroar, Ken, Skull Kid, and Isaac. However, Smash Bros. Is often full of surprises, so who knows what we'll see in the next reveal. In the meantime, you can check out all the latest Smash Bros. Ultimate leaks, hints, and rumors. So guys, if this is real, this is starting to get really exciting. So now that we've gone over all of this information, let's talk about it a little bit. So first of all, the very first thing I noticed was that the leaker just specified November 23rd and 24th. This is actually extremely interesting because those are the dates for Nintendo Live in Kyoto, Japan, while Tokyo, Japan has their Nintendo Live event on November 2nd and November 3rd, which makes me wonder why they decided to specify November 23rd and 24th. Now, this could just be an error in translation. Like the guy said, he got this from a Japanese Smash website, so this could have just been an error. I'm not going to say anything about that. But I just found it interesting that they left out Tokyo for their Nintendo Live event. I assume if they were actually going to bring out the full game, they would bring it to both events and not just one, which makes me wonder about the legitimacy of this leak. But let's just go ahead and move on to the characters. So we've talked about Zeno, Incineroar, Ken, and Shadow a lot on this channel, so we're not going to go too in depth with them, but basically there's so much evidence pointing towards all 4 of their inclusion that I believe that they're going to be in. Now the character on this list that makes me wonder a little bit is Geolite. Now, as you guys know, the other day I talked about the leaked pictures that came out of Geolite that a lot of people are trying to debunk as we speak. As of now, no one has come up with concrete evidence, but apparently the Geolite leak is real, and Nintendo has been sending out fake pictures and fake leaks and stuff like that to try and counteract it. Honestly, I have no idea how I feel about this because I'm not sure if Nintendo would do that, but if they did, that just sounds super weird to me. I don't know, does it sound weird to anybody else? Then we move on to stages. So like we already knew, we're going to have a total of 108, and there's going to be one called History, which is a stage that has a background that transforms to the style and music of that game. So I think what they're referring to is when the stage happens, when you're playing on that stage, it's going to transition between Smash 64, Melee, Brawl, and then Smash 4 graphics and music and stuff like that. That's what I assume is going to happen. It's going to be like the Mario Maker stage. And as you guys know, I talked about this a while back. I think that's an extremely great idea. And maybe if they could make the characters look like the characters did back then, I think that would also be extremely cool. But I think there would be a lot of work put into each of the characters, especially since not all of them had like 64-bit sprites or anything like that. So I don't think they're going to do that, but it would be really cool if they did. Next, we move on to the DLC characters, and each of them are interesting because they at least had some kind of presence on the Smash ballot. Now, we know Sora got pushed back to DLC because they wanted to put Geno on the base roster, which I don't know how likely this is. I don't know if Sakurai would really put in a different character than the one he wanted just because we as the fans wanted him. But I guess since Ultimate is kind of about fan service, I could see this happening. And then we have Rayman, and we know that Nintendo and Ubisoft are on extremely good terms right now, so once again, I could see that happening. And then finally, we have Bandana D, and this one's interesting just because we haven't gotten a new Kirby rep since Brawl, and I believe that it's time for us to get another one. Even though I'd prefer a villain like Marks or someone like that, I think that Bandana D has the best chance of making it in since he is Kirby's Universal Player 4 now, and I would love to see a spear user join the battle. After that, we move on to the brand new story mode. Apparently it's called Worlds Collide, and it leans more towards Melee's adventure than Brawl's subspace. And I really hope this isn't true because I really want Ultimate to have a great story similar to how Brawl did, because it was just so awesome, and I would love to see all of these characters like Simon Belmont and Pac-Man and Mega Man all have a role because I think that would be extremely awesome. It says it's a decently long story with a few cutscenes at the beginning and end, and I really hope this doesn't mean that they're adding in voice acting because personally, I really don't want to hear Donkey Kong or Bowser talk. I don't know, maybe that's a personal thing. And there's also apparently going to be DLC to make the story longer. Now, what I hope happens is each time a new character is added to the roster through DLC, they add another part of the story so that that character gets introduced. As you guys know, with Brawl's subspace, Sonic was thrown in last minute, as well as Jigglypuff and Toon Link and Wolf, and none of them got to play any role in the story, and I really don't want to see that happen again. And then finally, after Nintendo Live finishes up, a demo is going to be announced, and you can play as 5 characters: Mario, Mega Man, Link, Ridley, and Inkling. Now, I think that they are going to go this route just because with the 3DS we got to play with 5 characters, and I think they're going to do the same thing where you can see the whole roster and everything, but they only want to give you a taste of the game before it's released. And given that November 23rd and 24th is about a week or 2 before the game's launch, it makes sense that we would get a demo then. So overall, guys, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that this leak is true and that we are going to see the full game get released at Nintendo Live? Why or why not? Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.